Hi guys, Voinski here, and today we're talking about counting calories on a keto or ketogenic diet. Okay, so this is such a common question, especially when we first get started, because in every other diet we've ever done, the idea is to get your calories super low, right? Weight Watchers, just low calorie in general, it tells us cut your calories. And while that makes a ton of sense, when you're first transitioning into a ketogenic diet, you actually don't want to do that. Because let me explain something to you. When you switch to a ketogenic diet, which means you're eating high fat, moderate protein, low carb, right? Your body is going through a transition, and your body right now is like, oh my goodness, what is happening to me? And it doesn't know what's happening. So if you switch it to high fat, low carb, and at the same time, cut your calories, your body's gonna think that you're starving. Even though you're not, even though you're eating, you should be eating. Even though you're eating, your body is going to think it's starving, and it's gonna go into starvation mode. And what will happen is you will not lose weight because your body will hold on to every single piece of fattiness and weight and water weight and all of those things that it can, because it thinks that you're starving, because you're not eating. You're changing your diet so quickly, so fast that it can't keep up. So what we wanna do, especially in the very beginning, is not worry about the calorie amount, but worry more about where are you getting your calories from, right? So we talked before about high fat, moderate protein, low carb. There's a couple different types of keto you can do. Some are super strict, some are called lazy keto. What I personally do, 70% fat, 20% protein, 10% carbs. Although now that I've been doing it for a while, I notice that when I do track my food, I'm always less than 10% carbs, which is amazing because I think now I'm just getting used to it, which is really great and encouraging, because as you guys start to do it, that will probably happen for you as well as you learn how to do this. So as you're going through that, where are you getting your calories from? They should be high in fat, moderate in protein, and then low carb. So you don't really need to count those calories in the beginning. I mean, obviously you don't want to be eating, 5,000 or 6,000 calories a day. However, I will say this, if you're right now like bodybuilder and you have like fitness challenges that you're doing, I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking to average person. Maybe they go to the gym, maybe they don't. Maybe they have a gym membership, maybe they never use it. I'm not saying which one I am, but I haven't been there in a while. So I'm just talking to the average person who's changing their diet. You don't need to worry about your calorie count in the beginning. You just need to worry about where you're getting your calories from. And as you start to do this, you're gonna follow your body. Follow what your body's telling you. You're gonna eat when you're hungry, and when you're not hungry, don't eat. Other diets tell you that you need to eat, multiple times throughout the day, like every 2 hours, every 3 hours. We don't need to do that because those are diets that include glucose and sugars and carbs. Ours is low in carbs, so we don't want to do that. We're just gonna eat when we're hungry. When we're not hungry, we're not gonna eat, and we're not going to worry about it. As you go on, you're going to become less hungry because your body will get fat adapted, and the foods that you're eating are gonna be so great and filling that they will sustain you, and then you'll be satiated and you won't have to snack throughout the day. You won't be so hungry that you're eating thousands and thousands of calories every day. There are some days where I follow my body and I'm just really not all that hungry, and I probably eat less than 1,000 calories a day. But then there's another day where, depending on what's going on in my life, I am actually hungry, not bored, but hungry, and I'm eating way more than that. But it's worked out because I'm following what my body is telling me. Now, when should you start worrying about your calories? So after you've started to do this, you're fat adapted, you're following your macros, they're on track, you're on point, you're gonna wanna pay attention obviously to the amount of food that you're eating, especially if your goal is weight loss. So if you're hitting a plateau, go ahead and look at your calories and see how much you are intaking in a day, and if you need to cut that, okay? If you're working out and you need to be careful about how much you're burning as to how much you're taking in, you're gonna wanna pay attention to your calories. Now, if you're eating just to eat, if you notice that you're eating because you're stressed, you're emotional, you're bored, you're just watching TV, you're watching a movie, you've nothing else to do, it's date night, things like that. If you're eating just to eat, you want to pay attention to your calories. Look through, and it might actually hold you accountable a little bit more, as opposed to just saying, oh, well, as long as it's all keto friendly, I can just eat it. you wanna also address your habits, and you're gonna learn that as you go about the ketogenic lifestyle. So those are my tips for you. As in the beginning, don't worry about counting calories, because you will put your body into starvation mode by accident. Even though you're not starving and even though you are eating food, your body's gonna be freaked out. So in the beginning, eat all the fatty food, eat the moderate protein, eat low carb, eat as much of it as you need to be full, and then stop eating. You don't need to eat several meals throughout the day. You don't need to be snacking all day long. Just eat when you are hungry and stop when you are full. If you've hit a plateau, go ahead and look at your calories. If you're exercising and working out, you want to be healthy with that. So look at how much you're basically exporting and importing of your calories. You're gonna want to pay attention to that, and pay attention to your trends. If you're eating just to eat, is it boredom, emotional, stress, work-related, social? We do a lot of social eating. So all over the world, we do a lot of social eating. It is one great thing about food, is that it brings people together. But how do you handle yourself in those situations? So you're gonna wanna look at that kind of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, especially those of you who are beginning your keto lifestyle. I'm so excited for you. So would you go ahead and like this video, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get notified of all new content that's coming out. And I hope you guys have a great time on this journey. If you've got questions, pop them below in the comments. I read every single one. I respond to every single one. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys more. Bye.